How many of you are coming to Adelaide? Can I see ya? It's been an unbelievable weekend, and I'm going to finish it off for you. We have some things that we need to do, taking this energy that we all have collected over the last 2.5 days together, and hopefully I can encapsulate for you and make it very clear and vivid what it means to you by going professional. I really believe there's never been a greater moment ever in the history of our company than right at this very moment. Everything that you see around the world in ACN that is living in those countries and continents that is not yet here today is a precursor, is a preview of your coming attractions right here in Asia Pacific. Now let me tell you this, I don't think that, I don't wish for that, I know that. And if that is true, then your best days of ACN, the best days of your life financially are in front of you. I learned a long time ago that you need to rip off the rearview mirror and focus on the road ahead of you, folks. I'm going to talk to you about what every great leader in every great organization inside and outside of network marketing. That means traditional companies that went great. That means sports organizations that decided to go great and decided to go pro. I'm talking about your families that decided to champion their families and bring up champion kids and raise new leaders for the next generation of people. I'm talking about humankind contributing to the advancement of human lives, knowing how precious what we have, a recession-proof business. Regardless of the outside economy, we can control our household economy. And we don't need any government to take care of us. We don't need any company to make false promises to us. We can create our own economy. We can create our own stimulus package, because that's what the free enterprise system is all about. And this is the last bastion of it. This is the simplest form of it. Nothing's going to interfere with the way that we do our business. Here's what I love. What I'm going to cover with you is the answer. What I'm going to cover with you, folks, is nothing more than the truth. How many of you would love to leave here with truth? I'm going to end with the truth of the matter here, because we are all pumped up. I'm pumped up. I can't wait to talk to somebody about what I'm doing. I can't wait to tell somebody about what I feel about the people here in Asia Pacific on the other side of the planet when Mike and I go back. I can't begin to tell you the walk that people have, the light feet that people are feeling right now, right in this room, right in this city of Brisbane, about their businesses. I've never seen it anywhere like it is here in Brisbane. I mean that. I've been to every conference that's ever been in North America in 20 years. I've never missed a conference. I know the feeling. I know what's about ready to happen when I leave North America. And what's that? Lives are changing. People are growing. People are making a difference, becoming impact players in their community. But it's all because of a concentrated effort in a condensed period of time. And I want to talk to you about this, the 90-day game plan. But I got to warn you, you got to get all in. All in to go all out. And I want to tell you, whether you're part-time or full-time, doesn't matter. I don't care. You got to be sold out on this. The people that you get in front of need to see a heightened level of desire and commitment and devotion. They need to see the tonality of what you're saying, the sense of urgency that you're talking from, the fear of loss that you're instilling, in that if you don't look at this without knowing what it's about, you're much dumber than I think you would ever be. And you need to not even crack a smile with that. Now, you may not want to say that to your mom. Does everybody understand what I am saying, though? So we need to launch. I want you, if you're a new IBO, if you're an RVP, I don't care. We're going to all engage in the same 90-day game plan, because if, in fact, we go all out for 90 days, not 90 weeks, not 9 months, 90 days is what changed my life back in March of 1994. I started this, I had no cash flow. I needed to have cash flow. I had much more money going out than was coming in. I was almost 90 days away from losing my home. How many people can feel me? You know other people that are in situations that are dire. I was in that dire space. I made a bad decision. You heard my story earlier this weekend. And I needed to get it going. I knew I had talent. I needed to give all out. I needed to work 8 to faint. 8 to faint. I didn't go to sleep. I fainted. The only way I knew I was asleep is that I woke up. And I did it day after day after day after day. See the people, tell the story, show the plan. See the people, tell the story, show the plan. Morning, afternoon, and evening. Now, I was full time. Everybody else that got involved with me, they had to have jobs and they were okay. They weren't in my situation. But I made sure that they made a full-time effort for the part-time commitment. That means they worked it moment to moment. It wasn't about the hours that you give it. Like I said yesterday, it's either you're in the business or not in the business. It's that it's either part of the fabric of who you are, it's in your DNA. How many people feel like it's getting there? How many people feel that if it got in my DNA and it was all over me and I wore it, would you feel a heightened sense of results? Yes or no? Yes. It's not you being an ACN, it's ACN being in you. So launching is the difference versus starting. Same basics and fundamentals, but a different mindset. So it all talks about your driving force, your cause, your enemy. How many people remember enemy? How many people like an enemy? How many people said you never thought that way, but maybe I need to get one? I operate well with people wishing that I fail. Yeah, you want to bet against me? Let me tell you what I know. I'm the best horse I got. If it's to be, it's up to me. I know what I can do if given the chance. You should know what you can do if given the chance. I want to let you know some of you are stuck in the mud. I want to tell you a little story about 2 old guys sitting on a porch. They were in rocking chairs. They spent all day out in the country. They were just rocking and enjoying each other's company, Fred and Sam. And all day long, they were rocking, and Sam owned a dog. He was laying on the porch, and all day long, Sam's dog was just moaning and groaning, moaning and groaning, moaning and groaning, moaning and groaning. And finally, Fred says, Sam, I love, it's a beautiful day. Your dog's ruining my day. The dog, all he does is moan and groan, moan and groan. Why is your dog moaning and groaning? And Sam replied, because he's lying on a nail. And Fred looked at Sam and said, he's lying on a nail. What a dumb dog. Why doesn't he just get up and move? And Sam replied, because it doesn't hurt enough. Until the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of change, only then can you change. Some of you are lying on a nail. You know you've got to make a difference. You've got to make a different choice. You've got to go down a new direction. And you're lying on a nail and you're moaning and groaning and moaning and groaning and complaining. No one wants to hang out with complainers, folks. They're left out of more opportunities than you can count. I am letting you know. You can't afford at this moment, knowing what's coming within a year, all the things are going to knock you down like a financial avalanche. How many people want to get hit by a financial tsunami here? That's what's at stake right now. So it's got to consist of being non-negotiable. It isn't up for debate. Look, here is your call to action. We're doing a call to action. Will you work with me? You cannot outwork me. I'll work right beside you. I'm in the foxhole with you. You got my back, I got your back. Is that a deal? Do you want results? Yes or no? Do you want quantum change? What is quantum change? Quantum change is the ultimate optimal change. But when you have quantum change, listen very closely, it should never feel right. You can't have unbelievable changes in the direction and have it feel just okay, because it isn't change unless you've changed. Are you feeling me, folks? Are you getting it? But here's what I want you to do. Listen to me, folks. Listen to me very carefully. This is what you got to do. You've got to say, this week, with all the energy, with everything that I feel, I got to convert that into results. How many people feel that way? Do you feel that way? You got to convert it. You got to transform it. You got to take it out of your body, and you got to push it out to somebody else. And I'm telling you, you should have appointments after appointments. A lot of you are traveling today, if not all of you. And you're traveling back. You got to set up appointments. You got to get in front of these fence sitters one more time and give them an opportunity to say, hey, I'm in. And if they say they're not, because you know what I feel and what you should feel about fence sitters. They're draining your energy. They're running your business. No more. Now that you know what's at stake, you're at a heightened sense of urgency here, and you're going to say, look, before I never speak to you again about this opportunity, I need to know one last time, with everything I just mentioned, on all the things that just came out of this weekend, are you in or are you out? Your research is finished. Just give me an answer, in or out. See, my point is, that's all I want is a decision. Because I'm going to feel liberated when I scratch that name off my list, ask them to be my customer, right? We talked about that. And move on. Look, man, I know that people, that as a Christian, look, I know some people are lost, that are seeking. That's just the way it is, folks. There's a lot of you some of you that may not feel that way. So I talk to people. I said, do you believe in God? And I have that conversation. And you know what? They'll let me know or not, but I got to at least offer it. Are you feeling me, folks? You got to at least offer it. Does that make sense, everybody? It doesn't matter what the answer is to me, but I know that I have to do that because that's my belief system. Do you believe that you know people that need this? How could you hold to yourself something that could be their miracle and make their decision for them? How dare you think that way? How audacious for you to think that way if in fact they're hurting and you keep it to yourself because you're thinking they're too busy, make too much money, wouldn't be interested. Yes or no? Am I right or wrong? So here's the minimum this week. I want you to write it down. You're writing with something, folks. I want you, one new recruit this week. Every one of you, one new recruit. I want to get to know all of you. I know that's not possible. How many people agree I'm telling the truth there? I can't. I'm one person. But I can get to know you, right? I can get to know of you. And if you decide to rise through the ranks of leadership, I'm going to know you. I promise you, I am going to know you. You ask the leaders in the 6 months since I've been here so far how many times I've reached out to try to give them what I feel. But you know what? You can't attack people, especially if there's no rapport. When people don't know you well, they got to know your heart. Does that make sense, everybody? I have a rep mentality. Remember, I was a top rep in ACN for many, many years. Number 1 in the world or number 2. And millions of dollars in earnings. So just realize that. This is something I'm telling you, it needs to be done. Don't play those negative videos in your mind. It will stop people from changing their lives because you cowered away from what you know you needed to do as the messenger. Fanatical belief. Now, the word fanatical is a misunderstood word. How many people in here are fanatical about their children? Can I see your hands? That's the fanaticism I'm talking about. That's the fanaticism I'm talking about. Are you fanatical about the well-being of your family? Are you fanatical about maybe their future education or lack of it? Are you fanatical about this time following through on the promises that you said that you made last year about that vacation that you've been postponing every year because you just don't have the funds to do it? Yes or no? Aren't you tired? Well, then you got to get fanatical. Fanatical about your family, fanatical about your kids, fanatical about this opportunity. That's the fanaticism I'm talking about. Irrevocable commitment. That means no escape hatch. You're in it to win it. It ain't over till I win. Repeat after me. It ain't over till I win. I will live full and I will die empty. We've made that decision. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to lay it on the line this week. We're going to lay it on the line. Let me tell you something. Less than a week from now, when we look at that scoreboard and it's got our name, we're going to have no less than one. No, but don't let the minimums be your maximums. If you can recruit 10 people, recruit 10. Take this energy. It'll never be any greater than it is coming off an international event. Ask any major moneymaker in ACN, any Circle of Champion member, President's Club member. They have their best recruiting weeks right after the international. Why? Because of what I'm talking about. Intense, heartfelt desire. It needs to be compartmentalized in your heart. Parked in your heart. Is it parked in your heart? Some of you are not there yet. Some of you are still glassy-eyed. I'm here to tell you, folks, that's okay. That's okay. But it's a consistency of effort over an extended period of time that will give you the comfort level. That's why it's so important as your leaders are talking to you about three-way calling, a training tool that we have to leverage the upline expertise and the direction and the voice of authority and the command of the language to help you paint the appropriate vision to some good candidates. Don't we have some good candidates, but we're incapable of explaining the hugeness of our business? Yes or no? Well, all of the leaders want to help you, but you have got to be willing to be teachable and coachable. How do you do that? By allowing them to do what they know they need to do and stop getting in the way of your own business. If we can get out of our own way, we can champion this thing much greater and much faster than you think and what you're currently experiencing. Unmatched work ethic. Let me tell you the thing about this. I said it yesterday and I'll keep on saying it. You're just simply getting outworked. How many people agree with some of that? You're just simply getting outworked. An all-out massive action. Pursue your why, man, with a driving force. With a driving force. Can we do that, folks? So meet with your team in organizing your 90-day game plan. I want to let you know on the other side of the planet, as I see empty seats, you know what I see? I see the ghosts of my children illuminating and fading. Almost like coming up between the heads of the people that I'm looking at. Operating on purpose, knowing why I'm doing this. So when you're doing your 90-day game plan, you're going to have a family meeting. Let me tell you what the greatest thing in the world is, having your children cheer for you. Coming home and the kids just grab your thigh as soon as you walk in the door. And they say, hey, Dad, who did you get today? Dad, how many customers did you get? Is the team growing today, Dad? Are we going to be able to go on that vacation this year, Dad? Mom. So I want you to realize you got to have that kind of vision, folks, to not forget why you're doing this. Who's counting on you? Who's counting on you? Who's counting on you? Who's counting on you? Every day when you walk out of that house, you got to be in battlefield armor. Eventually, folks, I don't care what developmental level you are ready for battle. You've worked on yourself. You're a little bit more excited this week than you were any other week in your career. And you got to say to yourself, I feel sorry for the people that meet me today. I'm going to give them a can of whoop butt. So the 90-day philosophy, right? Discuss it. It's going to be all out. I'm going to miss some things. I got to miss your games. I got to miss this. I got to miss that. I got to miss. But it's for the reasons of what we had our meeting for. We're going to have more than we ever imagined because Dad has found it. Mom has found it. Mom and Dad have found it. And we want you to be part of it. You can be talking to your 7-year-old. Gosh, we got kids, and so do you. I know you do something, because I've heard some of the stories here that are saying, hey, Dad, I think I got another customer. You did have that happen. Well, I talked to Mark. He's coming over, and his mom's coming with him, and I'm going to ask her to be your customer. Wow, that's awesome. Awesome. Go get another one. It works, folks. So negotiate with your family and friends. See, when you communicate, how many people would agree with me? The lack of relationship is due to lack of communication. So if you communicate, you will have no guilt and no resentment. There's no guilt because everybody is rooting for you. Go get them, Dad. Go get them. Take no prisoners. Are you getting it? All out. Massive action, everything, all the time, every day. For the time that you give it, it's got to be part of the fabric of who you are. Accountability with Mike Kupis and myself. We're going to raise the bar, folks. We're going to raise the bar. We're going to keep the standard of excellence high at ACN. Are you okay with that, folks? Are you okay? You okay? We're not just letting anyone in. Daggone right, folks. You are going to champion this. You're going to put in Herculean effort. It's going to cost you. But the price for success, has to be paid in advance. At the retail counter of success, you will pay full retail. But the rewards will be worth it. So understand that. So why are you doing this 90? New IBOs to create an amazing story. The promotional bonuses this month are greater than any other month we've ever had them here in Asia Pacific. Is that true, leaders in the front? Absolutely. How many of you are somewhat tired of crawling in the deal? You want another rank or pin level, team goal. Right? That's why we do it. Heighten the numbers, keep people accountable. Maybe it's the intro of a new service. How many people from this moment forward can start forecasting their vision where we're going a year from now? A year from now, we're going to be in an envious place. You are sitting in an envious seat right now. Do you want to be looking at this a year from now when everything that we talk about comes to pass? Or do you want to be in it right now so when it hits, you have distribution in place to explode? Are you getting it? That's what this is about. Exploding when this stuff hits. Create a new surge in your business. Three stages of the 90-day game plan. And the first phase, called the preparation phase, is where you make all your money. That's my opinion. Because you are more excited. The language is right. You can go after your best people. It hasn't even started yet. I'm telling you right now, if you do this with us, and because you're leaders, this is not your first. We're in the 75th day of the first 90-day game plan I brought here 75 days ago. Right or wrong, guys? Yes or no? Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to tell you, we have some really great stuff transforming right now, coming into play. And sometimes you need to hear it over and over again before you actually gets into your bloodstream, even if you've been around for a while. But the first phase is called preparation phase. Second phase is pre-launch. And then third phase is the event. And the event that I'm referring to is that I am doing a tour. You're going to be writing this down in the midwinter in July. I'll be here for several weeks, hitting all the cities. And I'll be the event for all of your 90-day game plans 90 days from now. How many people would invite me back in? Will you allow me to come to your city? I'm going to be there, and I'm bringing thunder down under. So you're extremely influential, sense of urgency, recruit your best people, pre-position early for the event, and fear loss by doing it. So here is the 90-day recruiting goal. Write this down. In 90 days, I want you to strive, full-time people, for 20 personal recruits. That doesn't mean they need to be level 1. You know our compensation plan. You know what you need to do with your personal recruits. But you are prospecting, you are recruiting, and you can do whatever you want with that recruit. Got it? Part-time people, 10 recruits. Can we do this? That's 3, 4 a month for a part-time person. How many people have done a good PBR, had 10 people show up, and 3 people got started? Do you understand how easily that can happen, yes or no? Absolutely. So the job is to recruit as many people as you can before the main event. If you're part of the team, part of the culture, you'll do these things to the best of your ability. So here's the script. Look, Glenn McCullough, RVP, this weekend. Where are you, Glenn? Glenn, you in the room? There he is right there, new RVP, buddy. Look, Glenn, I'm about ready to engage into a campaign that's going to create wealth for me and the people that I work with. It's a campaign. It's going to create results far greater than any of our expectations. Right now, we're in the preparation phase, and I'm putting together a small mastermind group of people who are going to lock arms with me during the short burst of energy, and we're going to have some serious long-term results. Now, understand, this is not the first thing that you say, but this is the meat of the conversation for either the upline or someone that can bridge them to an event, whether it be a PBR, whether it be the weekly meeting, whether it be the Saturday training. Are you getting that? But this is the language that we're using. Are you okay with that? How do you like the language? I'm excited about the idea of us working together because I'm doing this with some really, really sharp people. Now, of course, I want you to get the info and definitely see what it's required, but does the concept appeal to you? Well, what's it about? It's about a business project in the greater Brisbane market, and I want you to meet the developers of the project. How many people like language? Anybody in here like language? Words. Words are important, right, if you use them correctly, right? So is enthusiasm, so is your tonality, all of that stuff. But let's face it, sometimes we don't know what to say. And I say to you, that shouldn't last long if you make a quality investment in self-improvement. Personal development is key here. You got to be involved in that at least 1 hour a day. So understand that. So does this interest you? Now, prospects answer yes, yes or no. I don't know. Well, yes, great. When's the soonest that we can get together? You got to say that. Anybody that's interested, when's the soonest that we can get together? They keep on drilling you for questions. 3-way call upline. Because they're going to try to get answers out of you, right? Is that right or wrong? They're going to try to get you to answer something you're not capable of answering. How many people know what I'm talking about? Raise your hands. So you're going to do a 3-way call. I don't know, the person may say. Well, of course you don't know yet. You need to see it exactly as I did. Now, here's an example. You tell them your why you're doing the business. Look, Glenn, I'm just sick and tired of crawling through my month. I'm not flourishing like I want to. I'm just getting by. I'm sick of it. I want to provide better for my family. With what I've discovered and what you're about ready to be exposed to, in just under 6 months, we could be well on our way to changing everything about our financial lives. When's the soonest that we can get together? How many people can you say that? If you said it over and over and over and over and written it out and over, and wouldn't it be eventually to say it without the paper, looking at the script? Yes. I believe that you'll have the same reaction that I did. Matter of fact, I'm convinced of it, and then you get the appointment. Here's what I'm asking full-time people. Look at the number, baby. Look at the number, 16-hour days. Remember, 90 days, not 90 weeks. By the way, I want to let you know, what if I'm right? What if I'm right in 90 days, your life changes forever financially? What if I'm right and you don't do this? You'll never know, will you? You'll never know. And sometimes you'll put in a Herculean effort in the first month, but you know your miracle was going to happen on day 37, but you gave up on day 32. Are you with me? That didn't happen for the first 6 months, or 60 days. And all of a sudden, what you didn't know is day 72, somebody was going to land in your business that would change the financial direction and take that story to recruit somebody else that landed on your 5th level that you didn't even have anything to do with in recruiting. That's what happens. All out massive action, 8 to faint, 6 days a week, very deliberate. Sunday for your faith, for your family. Take a day off, but get right back in the deal on Monday morning. 90 days of this can change your life, folks. How many people could sacrifice short term to have the choices and have the things long term? How many of you understand that every great thing that ever was did a 90-day game plan? They just never called it that. So understand that, folks. And understand this. Remember, this effort demands intensity. It produces outstanding results and extreme focus. It will either scare the hell out of you, or it'll liberate you. How many people want a sense of liberation? Can I see your hands? Let's get, how bad do you want it? Because that's where it is. It's all parked in your heart. Everything you got to give, folks. Part-timers, everything you got. 8 hours, 4 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour. But here's what I've learned to do. Here's what I really have learned to do. Love them all. Just love them. Love them. Love your people, folks. Tools of the business. All the things you've learned this weekend. Have we had some great trainers this weekend? Yes or no? Yes. Unbelievable training this weekend. You are armed and ready. Now you got to get prepared. You got to work on it when the audience, you're not in the audience, when you're not in front of the stage, and you've got to be your own teacher and student. You got to say to yourself, repeat after me, I am a master teacher of network marketing. Now make that statement true. Do you understand? That's what you need to do. I am a master teacher, trainer in ACN. I am an SVP in ACN. Say it and make it true. Speak it out. Proclaim it. Proclaim your financial proclamation. I am in this to win this. No more will I meander in the maze of mediocrity. No more will I navigate with the needle of negativity. I am in it. This is my time. It is now. This is going to happen for me. Your daily method of operation, 10 exposures a day. So that means if you did a PBR, 10 people showed up, 10 people got exposed. You did a good day. Full-time people, 10 exposures a day. 1 exposure equals 1 person. Your success in ACN is determined by how many hear the opportunity. Some of you are knocked out of the box because you can't get people to show up to meetings. That means you have a pathetic invitation. How many people could do better inviting people? I'm going to say that one more time. How many people could do better inviting people? You need to become a professional inviter. It's called putting butts in seats. Old-fashioned, old-school dialogue, put butts in seats. Okay? Here's the daily activities for full-time people, 5 peaks a day. 10 exposures a day. 3 101s, morning, afternoon, evening, I don't care. You need to have your day filled up with so much activity, you don't even know how you're going to be able to handle it all. How many people would love to have so many people wanting to hear the presentation, so many people that you need to launch, so many people that you need to assist in 3-way calls? How many people want so many? And something you say to me, hey, Larry, you told me that this was going to be, 5, 10, 15 hours a week or around I got so many people in. I said, whoa, time out. Are you bragging or are you complaining? I'm confused. How many people want that problem? Can I see your hands? That's the business that we're in. 3 to 5 scheduled appointments, 10 3-way calls. That's the answer for all of you that don't have the experience. Borrow it. 6 PBRs a week, 1 Saturday training, everybody. Part-time people, 3 peaks a day, 3 exposures a day. You see the differences here. Committing to all of the meetings, missing the events at home. That's what it's going to take. I am telling you, if you communicate, there's no guilt, there's no resentment, there's only just sacrifice. So here's, daily activities again of the part-time IBO. Breakfast meeting, morning commute when you go to work, who are you scheduling as an appointment on your way to work? Morning breaks, 10 to 15-minute calls that you could do. Lunch breaks, it was an hour, now it's a half hour because you are on a mission of mercy. You are on a mission. You are on a mission to change the direction of your family's life. When you go home, who you making calls to? Changing uniforms when you get home is what I call it. You're changing uniforms, that's all. Not actually uniforms, but you're in the ACN mode. And you're working every waking moment you can for 90 days. Saturday trainings as well. part-time, everything all the time, every day, 40-40 concept. 40 hours on work and as much of the time that you can put on it when you're not. Okay? Crazy activity. It ain't over till I win. Pre-launch, guess what? Same thing as the preparation phase. Getting all your new people launched into what you did in the preparation phase. So your second month is their first month. You're going to put them through the first 30 days of what I just described. Greater success stories, same recruiting goals, daily activities. You're blowing through promotional bonuses because you now got amazing testimony, amazing stories, right? Momentum is building toward Adelaide. One new IBO equals one new pre-reg. See, everybody that signs up, we got to get that pre-registration form in front of them for Adelaide. Can you imagine if 10 of the people that did not come came to this event? What would happen to your group going back to your home? What would happen? It would explode. That's what would happen. And there's a correlation. For the amount of people that you bring to an international training event, you're looking at that same number that next month. Now, for those of you that came here alone, look, it all started with the person looking back at them in the mirror. We all had those days. Looking back at you as the whole entire worldwide organization you were overriding at that moment. That's a scary thought, right? But the next month, all of a sudden, you got 10 people standing behind you in the mirror that are in your group. Hopefully not in your bathroom, but you get the point. And in your third month, you're just having massive activity. Same DMO. You are running around like a chicken with your head cut off if you do this correctly. How many want to run around with so many people that are getting started, you don't even know how you're going to handle it? All of a sudden, you start seeing checks you didn't even think you're going to earn, but you cash them. That's what I'm talking about here, folks. But it takes a massive effort. You want me to tell you the truth? This is the truth. Hit promotional bonuses faster, great testimonies, build, promote, and sell the main event. The main goal is the big event. One new IBO is one new pre-reg, non-negotiable about coming to Adelaide. Non-negotiable. You're not in the business until you've been to an international training event. Yeah, but you're not in the business until you've been to an international training event. Yeah, but I've been doing this for 3 months. I'm in the business. You're not in the business until you've been to an international training event. As a matter of fact, if you don't go to this international training event, you're on your own. I'm not working with you. Let me explain something to you, folks, because I'm done. I'm done, but I need to make it very clear. The day that you surrender, the fact that prospects and new people don't run your business, you run your business. There will be an absolute, amazing amount of people that will gravitate to you in such a large way. And you will know that there was a breakthrough. You'll know it because you say to yourself, my upline told me this would happen. And I did exactly what they told me to do. And dadgummit, it's happening. It's happening. Hallelujah, it's happening. God, thank you. Thank you. And then people who's been affected by your leadership come up to you and they say, you don't understand. You changed my life. I had no hope. I had no answer. I had no direction. And I gave you such a tough time. And I want to just tell you, I am so sorry. But I need to let you know, I love you for staying with me. I love you for just giving that extra effort, that extra call, meeting with my spouse, meeting with my kids, really caring about me. You see, folks, because at the end of the day, people quit companies. They don't quit people. If we can become more than just a business partner and really get to know the person and truly lock arms, live together, and love one another, then we can really, community by community, make a difference, not just financially, but you will find out what you learn here in expressing yourself and your ability to communicate better. you'll be able to take those skills and transcend them in every area of your life, personally, financially, spiritually, and just make this world a better place to live. You know, Zig Ziglar passed away not too long ago, and he was one of my initial mentors, and he said to me, you can't expect to change the world, but when you change your world, you really have impacted the world. A raindrop doesn't cause the flood, and a snowflake does not really cause the blizzard. However, each one played a part. And what I am looking at here is a blizzard. We're all snowflakes in the same storm. Oh, there may be a storm on the outside economy, but there's going to be a perfect storm in our household economy. And we're going to bring some positive household storms, perfect storms, answers to people's dreams and goals and desires. We're going to be that person special to other people. We'll be the miracle that people are wishing for. This is it, man. Call to action, executive team trainer. At the end of this month, 2 recruits, get some 15 points. I don't care where you place them. At the end of this week, 1 recruit no matter what. Those people that are willing to at least take this energy and get 1 new recruit this week, I want you to just do me a favor. If you're not committed to it, if you really want to go for it, please stand up right now. Stand up. Wow. Adelaide is going to be one hell of an event. We're going to have a great 90 days together. Travel safe home. It's been my pleasure being here, and I will take you with me back to America. Thank you. God bless everybody.